the fathers. I've been served this morning at church super early. My first time doing first service, but it wasn't bad. It's Father's Day and our friends are coming in town, so I am getting things ready for dinner. This will be the drink station. And my parents are coming. They were on a cruise. So here's a little mini cake for us to sing them happy birthday. My husband's Father's Day. What else do we have going on? You want to see what I'm cooking? I already made collard greens. Then we have rice. I'm doing my mac and cheese, my homemade mac and cheese. We have corn on the cob and turkey and some dinner rolls. But where's the Father's Day cake? Oh, the Father's Day cookie cake and a pie. So I love hosting people. That's like one of my favorite things in the world. So I'm very excited to have our friends over and to be cooking for lots of people. It's all good. So the first step in our mac and cheese is the noodles. I'm using Corky screw noodles and boiled them with sweet onions, and you drain them out. Butter your pan really well using a glass dish, and then I'm making the cheese sauce. So yes, this video is sped up, by the way. So the cheese sauce has cream of mushroom soup. It's supposed to have evaporated milk, ground mustard, salt, and pepper, and you mix that together. You can choose to also add Worshishire Sauce, and you're blending your mixture at a low heat to make the cheese sauce. I have the cheese sliced, but you can make them in smaller chunks if you want them to melt faster. So that's about the size I have, just because I've done it so many times. The next thing is start to layer your noodles in the dish. So your noodles will go in your buttered dish, and you'll layer those down and get your shredded sharp cheese ready, because after you've done your first layer of noodles, and again, that's the Corky screw noodles with the chopped sweet onions that were boiled with the noodles. Spread it out really well on your pan. And that's 2 pounds right now. So this is a really big portion. Like, you can make it half of this with 1 box of macaroni and like a pound of cheese. So shredded cheese all across the layer. This is cheese and macaroni. There's nothing healthy about this dish, okay? It's just maybe healthy for the soul because it tastes so good. So make sure you get a good layer of your sharp cheddar, and then you're gonna put the rest of your noodles on top. So kind of make a cheese sandwich with noodles and spread it out, pack it in really well. This pan is, I think, it's about 15 or 16 inches long, and I'm just patting this out to be one flat, dish, because the next step after you've layered it is to put another layer of your shredded cheese on top. So about a bag and a half of shredded cheese, maybe even 2 bags depending upon. And some people like to mix and have different types of cheese, but for this dish, for this version of cheese and mac, it's just sharp cheddar. So now my cheese sauce should be nice and smooth, and if it seems a little bit clumpy, you can always add some more butter, because you really want it to be not too runny, but you really want it to be very creamy and smooth. So be prepared to use about 2.5 cups of butter. And I put a little extra milk because, again, I forgot, I wasn't using evaporated milk, I was using soy milk, and usually we'll use evaporated milk with this dish. So you see how creamy the mixture is. So this is a pound of cheese and my cream of mushroom soup. So however much cheese you use, so if you're using a pound of cheese, then you'll use 1/2 cup approximately of cream of mushroom soup. So once it's all ready, you're gonna pour it evenly over your noodle cheese mixture. Just pour it all over it. And once you've poured it all out, the next step will be to make sure it gets evenly distributed. So the next step after is to get a butter knife and kind of mix in the creamy cheese sauce with the layered noodles and all that. So I'm kind of letting the cheese dump in, and I'm not stirring it together, which I guess hypothetically you could stir it together in a pot and then transfer it, but I like the way this bakes, so I'd rather do it this way, and this is the way my grandmother taught me how to do it, so I just like it better this way. It feels more like a baked piece of something. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So make sure every piece of noodle has some cheese sauce on it, and don't over blend it, but kind of folding it in, folding the cheese sauce in your throughout your whole noodle pan. So once you're done doing this, you want to again make sure everything is covered. Then you can kind of flatten this and pat it out, because you are gonna, there is another layer that's coming next. So kind of make a flat surface. And once your flat surface is made, then you're gonna get any type of bread. If you have any spare hamburger buns, you can use that. Make cubes of bread that will be your top layer of toast. So you're going to spread these little centimeter cubes of bread across your top layer, and then you're going to chop up some butter to also be on your top layer, so that your kind of crusty top layer of toast is buttered toast. So that when you're adding your butter, think of each piece of bread getting butter to make toast. So once that's all done all across the top, then you can cover with foil and do the final part, which is bake at a low temperature. So I bake this at 350, and I'll bake it for about 45 minutes and then let it sit in the warm oven for another ½ hour. Yeah, it's obscene the amount of butter used. Again, I'm gonna use a whole lot of butter.